But you had already mentioned that you found this like political university that you wanted to go to. How did you get there?
How did I get there?
Yes,
okay.
there.
So basically my friend, she is like kind of an activist and her dad is as well.
Yeah.
And so she's also really obsessed with K-pop and K-dramas. And at that time, like we met each other in college through the like both of us liking K-pop and both of us liking K-dramas. And we even started our little club where like people would find out that we're listening to K-pop in one of the classrooms. So then like they would come and join us. And we even did like these things where we'd try to make our own like Korean food in the classrooms.
Oh my God,
or like
so
bring
cute.
something over like, oh, we got ramen. Let's eat it together, you know? But then like afterwards she was like, hey, I heard about this program. Do you want to come? And I'm an English literature major. I've never really done anything political.
That's why I'm wondering how you got there.
Yeah. But she's like, let's apply together. And I'm like, what? She's like, you want to go to Korea, right?
This is the way.
This is the way. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Fine. I can do anything that I put my head to.
Fact.
So we both applied and then we both got accepted with full scholarships.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we didn't have to pay for like our tuition. We didn't have to pay for our books. We also didn't have to pay for the dormitory. The only thing we had to pay was getting on that plane to Korea.
Which is like nothing compared to tuition and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then like
That's
even they
crazy.
gave us pocket money. So
Should apply to this school too. Pocket money on top of that?
Yep. I think they give us like 400,000 won per month. Yeah.
I mean, it's not enough, but
it's not enough,
but as a student who doesn't have to pay rent or utilities, that's a pretty good amount of money.
and as a student who probably can't work a part-time job, it's necessary.
That's necessary. That 400 was definitely necessary.
That's why like beforehand I like made sure that I was working 2 jobs and I was trying to save up some money so I can take it with me.
Yeah.
So like when I get there I could enjoy Korea first
full
before I
experience.
jump into
Yeah.
studying
Yeah.
and everything.
that was literally a sign for you that you were meant to be here then.
Yeah.
A full scholarship?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, it's crazy that both me and my friend applied and we both got
got in.
accepted.
They were ready. Korea was ready for you guys.
It was ready for
sure.
us.
Did you meet this person in Chicago or in Palestine?
In Palestine. So
Oh,
I
wait.
met her in college.
So let's go through the journey, backtracking a little bit. Let's go through the journey of how you went from Palestine to Chicago.
So basically, I was born in Palestine, but because of the situation was quite bad there, my dad, he wanted to find a way to make means ends. So he decided to go to the US and work there. But that was before I was born. And so like he already had kind of like American citizenship.
Okay.
He married my mom, they had me, and then they moved together to the US and we kind of like just grew up there for like 10 to 12 years, I think. And afterwards, my dad was like, I'm getting homesick. So like, we're going back to Palestine. Pack your stuff.
Bye, America. Wow. Do you remember the time that he told you that you guys have to like go back to living in Palestine?
When he told us we have to go back, it was like the biggest shock. Like, part of me was kind of happy because we had previously went to Palestine for vacation sometimes in the summer.
Yeah.
And like when you go somewhere for vacation, you only have a good impression of it.
Of course.
So like your relatives are really nice to you and everyone's so sweet
Yeah.
and like always so welcoming.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, it's okay, but like I need to leave everything here. And even though my parents sent me to Saturday school to learn Arabic and like speak
wow.
Arabic well.
Kudos to your parents, by the way. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos? I don't know.
Wait, is your Arabic not good?
My Arabic is good. I just think that it got better when I moved to Palestine.
Oh, okay.
I feel like there's really not a lot that a school can do that living with people could do
That's
as
true.
well.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, they tried.
Yeah, they did try.
I'm trying to help you. Okay. Curious parents, I'm trying here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you ended up moving back, and did you live in Palestine the whole time until coming to Korea, or?
No, actually, like at one point I wanted to travel. It didn't matter where I was traveling, so I did like an exchange program in Germany.
Oh, okay.
And then I found myself in Germany looking for anything Korean.
Because you still like loved Korean culture.
Yeah. So I was like, there's a bibimbap shop right over there. Let's go eat there.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
there's a Korean market. Or there's like a street like night market thing that they were doing.
Yeah.
And, like they were selling different types of Korean food, like tteokbokki, which was really expensive though. Like the prices when you buy Korean food in European countries,
Even in America, it's so expensive and it doesn't taste the same.
it doesn't. No,
You just feel like you're being scammed, to be honest.
I didn't mind being scammed back then.
You know what? When you don't know, it's okay.
Yeah.
When you don't know, it's okay. But then you come to Korea, you live here, and then you go back to like Europe or America, and then you're just like, oh, it doesn't taste that good, and it's really expensive.
And then, like at one point, I really had the idea, like, oh, if I could travel to Germany, I could travel anywhere. And like, I think my parents kind of, they're the type of people who don't want to travel to a country that they don't know the language. So for them, like me talking about Korea was really scary.
Yeah.
Especially with the concept that like North Korea and South
right next
Korea.
to each
And I'm
other.
like, but we live in Palestine and there's Israel right next door, you know?
Bro. Bro.
North Korea and South Korea, isn't that really
Yeah.
scary?
Yeah.
You know? So in the end, like my parents, they were not convinced. They did not like the idea of me going to Korea,
Yeah.
even though they were okay with me going to Germany because we have relatives in Germany. It's like wherever the relatives are, it's fine to travel.
Yeah, because it's safe for you if they're safe, type of thing.
Yeah.
And you can also have them as your contact.
Yeah,
Contact
definitely.
if anything happens.
Like, oh, like if anything, here's the number of your uncle. You can call him whenever you need anything, or you can go
Yeah.
stay with him.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
But in Korea, it's like you have nobody that we know. Here.
Yeah, and it's like the language is completely different.
Even
Can
the
you
writing is
speak-
different.
Yeah,
Even Arabic is different, but like Korean is completely different too.
Yeah, definitely.
Sheesh. I understand your parents' worries.
Yeah.
To be honest. So you ended up coming to this program. You accepted the program, right? To come
Yeah,
study.
yeah,
How
I
was
did.
that? How was studying at the college?
It was quite difficult in the very beginning because, like I said, I'm an English literature major, but then suddenly I'm like studying. It was Wait, what was it?
International
It was
relations?
like inter-Asian NGO studies.
Oh, I couldn't have even guessed that if I tried.
Yeah. Inter-Asian NGO studies.
Asia NGO studies.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's basically you're studying about the relations between Asian countries.
Oh, okay.
But then at the same time, you are learning about NGO work. Yeah.
Okay. I was a political science major, so I think I would have liked to learn that. Because I like politics. Not right now. I don't like it right now. There's too much mess in politics right now.
There is too much.
But I feel like that's a major I would have probably like wanted to do if I had it back in Penn State when I went to Penn State. But anyways, so you ended up going to this college. Do you remember the first time you stepped into Korea? Do you remember your
do.
feelings?
I was like, felt like there was popcorn popping in my belly. Like,
The butterfly.
and then also I was very jittery because
Yeah.
I was on 6 cups of coffee that day.
Were you just
Because
taking-
basically when I'm traveling to Korea from Palestine, it's not like, oh, take 1 plane or take 2 planes, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like I need to go through Palestinian border, and then I go to the Israeli border, and then I go through the Jordanian border, and then I need to go to the airport from Jordan, and then I would take a flight, which is transit, and then stop in Qatar, and then I would go from Qatar and go to Korea. So basically, it feels like more than a 24-hour thing. It's like a
whole day.
2-day travel thing. And like you'd be also like the night before, I couldn't sleep because like you're leaving
You're
your family,
excited.
you're
Oh.
anxious.
I
I am
thought you were
excited. I am excited, but I really am a family person. So like leaving my family was like one of the hardest things to do
Right.
when I was going to Korea. And
Yeah.
then I think there was some kind of guilt attached to it. So sometimes I couldn't get myself to call my family when I was in Korea because of how guilty I was.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like leaving was hard, but then that long flight and that like transfer. By the time when I got to Korea, I actually got a cold. So I wasn't
That's
just
sick.
jittery. I was excited. I was nervous. I was tired, and I was sick.
Girl, you were sick. That is such a long process.
Yeah.